Yo, 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 what is good, world? You already know, man. It's your boy Gio. We here with an update. This one right here is it's gonna be interesting. With your boy Jay Z and the Diddy situation, man. Cause Jay Z lawyer, once again he's saying that he's not cool with Diddy. He haven't been around him. He don't hang around him. He's not associated with him. They've never been friends. They only see each other at big events or award shows and things like that, where they would see each other as each category in entertainment would attend and see each other when it's a big event. Everyone has to be present. That's what he would see, Diddy at things like that. And yeah, he said he didn't even know about the case that he was going through, as well as him being locked up. And this is going to be the biggest downfall because, we all know that Jay Z's been on Diddy, and we all know that it's hundreds and hundreds and possibly thousands of pictures and video footage and videos and everything that explains that in itself. So I don't know how much he's paying him, but for him to say something like that and really not think of, hey man, if I say this right here, it's gonna make it really um, obvious and make us look bad moving forward, especially with more things coming up. Um, so that's a big no. That right there is gonna help him fail on beating the cases. Then you understand his son is coming out, and they're gonna do a test with one of the family members, and they're allegedly saying that his mom was 16 then. Then they're also talking about Foxy Brown. Then they're talking about Rihanna. Now they're talking about Beyonce when she was allegedly supposed to be 13 when they first started talking. 16, 13, 16. I mean, either one is still a teenager, but they're bringing up all of the young, man. This is crazy. It's out of hand, man. And it's not even including how Tony Bugsby team was hired by Jay-Z to take down Bugsby, and Jay-Z got caught. So he hired somebody that was working for Bugsby, and it worked in Bugsby's behalf because they were essentially spying on Jay Z when Jay Z thought it was vice versa to shut him down. That's what Bugsby alleging, that Jay Z is trying to take him out in his business, and he set a sting up for him, and he took the bait and hired the people that he set up the sting for, and he got footage and a lot of different things with that. Then of course, he has Jaguar Wright that he's allegedly supposed to be working with. They're gonna come together. Jaguar Wright says she has X amount of people that she gonna be. Sorry about that, y'all. This phone's ringing, but she has an X amount of people that she's gonna be working with. That's gonna come forward, and that's gonna be coming forward, and they got a lot of evidence, a lot of things that's gonna back that up as well. So this is gonna be crazy for your boy, man. Like, it's already almost Christmas time, you know, um, and this is already coming out about your boy Jay, man, and it's more things to it than that, man. Like, it's a lot of unalivings that they're talking about. Besides the young females that he allegedly put on that he was with. Um, you know, the security team that he allegedly hired that was supposed to be under Tony Bugsby as well. He's gonna be putting out 130 plus people out on Diddy, and a lot of them are gonna include Jay-Z as well. Like, and that's another thing which I know. Or answer for me, or what do y'all think on this? What y'all take out of the 130? Well, let's say I think he said 130, 133. Well, let's say if it's 130 people, how many of those people do y'all think is gonna say Jay-Z was part of it too? Do y'all think it's gonna be like 60 out of 130, or what's y'all take on that? Y'all think it's gonna be 50 out of 130 that's gonna include Jay-Z? Y'all think it's gonna be 100 that's gonna be including Jay-Z out of 130? you know, and then that's not, like I said, that's not including the people that he already got that's going to be coming forward against Jay-Z too. So, man, it's gonna be a rough ride for him, man. I hope he gonna have his ducks in a row, because what he's presented right now, what his lawyers presented right now, him not knowing Diddy, that's already a bad one. And if they bring up those young artists that he put on, that's even worse. Than the Sun, then the Sting that Bugsby had, the footage, man, this is all crumbling. Then, you know, the tape footage, all the tapes that's been out, man, it's just a lot that's going on, man. And they coming after your boy Jay, man. I can't believe this, man. They already at your boy Jay, man. And some say that Diddy's gonna talk because he's financially spent all of his money and he got to hold whatever he can down right now. That's why he's renting out his jets and stuff like that. And he reached out to Jay, and Jay's not trying to help him. And you know, that's gonna say, hey, that, you know, Jay's not rocking with me, especially when he find out that he said that he don't even know Diddy, so I already know Diddy's gonna go off on that. You know he gonna go off when he hear that Jay's like, yeah, I don't know this dude, never knew him, never messed around with him, we never been cool. He gonna go crazy. He already done reached out to him allegedly for help, you know, financially with it, because he ran his dough up and he's not gonna help him. Everybody saying your boy Diddy's about to tell on Jay if he's not already telling him. So y'all gotta check this one out. This update right here is intense, man. Diddy and Jay, man. Jaguar Wright already said it. All of those guys, they're gonna be in the hot water, man. You know, they saying that, you know, they're not playing. You know, all the other names that we all been seeing and knowing about, all of the big dogs, man. This is crazy, man. Y'all gotta let me know what y'all think about this one in the comments when y'all check this one out. This one is explosive, man. Let's talk about this one, and then, you know, while y'all at it, let's if y'all think we should add this one into a live, we can add this one into a live as well. And you know, hit the subscribe button, man. Hit the like, share button, man. Let's do it. Let's run it up, man. I appreciate all y'all love and support, man. As always, y'all already know how we're gonna do it, man. We the family. We in there, we lit, man, and we going, man. We gotta keep this New Year's going positive, man, and we gotta promote more positive things, man, and really gotta dive more in depth with these big time celebs and people, man, with better networking things, man, that's going on, great things, man. And let's make it better, man. And I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one, man. Y'all stay safe, stay happy, stay blessed. I'm out.
If you were to come up missing and dead, who did it? Tell us.
Can't tell you who done it. I can tell you who wanted it. And it will most definitely be Clive Davis.
So you think Clive is looking for it?
Oh, I know he's looking for me. I know he's worried about me. And he should be.
Why?
He should be very worried about me.
Why?
Because I know things about him that he don't want nobody to know. I know things he's done. And it's hurt people that I love.
Like what?
You know, what I will say is this. When you're the kind of manager that would pay your client to be quiet about a rate to save a tour, and then nuke their career, tell everyone that they're crazy, and ostracize them because they disagreed with being quiet about it. When you're that kind of person that employs the same group of drug dealers that you've been working with for the past 25 years, and out of nowhere, people just keep dying of drug overdoses. You know, it kind of pisses me off that all of these artists have died from drug overdoses and nobody really bothered to take the time to look at the toxicology reports. See, all rock stars are drug addicts and alcoholics anyway, so why bother to do an extensive check? Easiest way to get rid of a difficult artist is a drug overdose. Because everyone will believe that they killed themselves.
So who did Clive Davis kill?
Oh, I can't tell you who he killed. I can tell you who he worked with that ended up dead.
Who? Besides Whitney?
Whitney Houston.
Yeah.
Janis Joplin.
So you know for sure that Clive Davis killed Whitney and killed...
I didn't say I knew anything for sure.
Okay.
What I am saying is that the same drug dealer that has showed up to service a lot of these entertainers that have died have very close ties to Clive Davis, and everyone knows it. He's always hanging out at the Ivy. He has a bad diet and he drinks too much.
What's his name?
Everybody. I don't know.
You don't know his name?
I was drunk. I've seen him around.
Okay.
If you understand.
Now, being that you have had such a traumatic life, and
it would be easy for people to say that I'm crazy.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I'm not bipolar trying to play Kanye.
Okay.
I'm also brilliant. And I'm also in complete control of my faculties.
Okay.
See, I'm the most dangerous person that there is because I don't give a fuck if they kill me.
Sean Combs is a monster.
I want to speak about this now because I've witnessed everything.
I think Sean Combs can get away with anything.
I've known Sean since he was 4 years old. That's my little bro.
He already knew what he wanted.
I can be your manager, just give me a chance.
I went to a lot of puffy parties. These were the parties that you needed exclusive access to get into.
He thought that if people fear him, they respect him.
Honestly, I didn't want to be around him unless there was cameras.
Nobody's shooting me. Nobody's shooting me. Nobody's shooting me.
When Puff was around, it was like, uh-oh, get it together or this could be over.
You got me acting crazy in front of all these people.
Something is not right with this.
I've been with Sean for quite a while, and I've captured a lot of moments. Anytime the studio or any rooms is red, it's making love and sex. Some of the ones who went in the room, for sure they were underage.
They said they could ship me off and sell me to anyone.
How did this superstar music mogul become an alleged monster?
And I can show you how we have fun and stay out of jail, too.
She took the money, $90 million, bought their silence. And they had to protect Barry Hankerson, because if Barry went down, that would have tore the whole Harton family to pieces. And then they would have just had nothing. You got to understand, these people, they make these wild choices. They hope that it turns out for the best. And then when it turns out bad, they take the money, shut up, and pretend like it never happened. Do you really think her parents want people to believe that they knew her death was foul play and they just took money and got quiet? That would make them monsters, wouldn't it?
Now, I will say that I do believe that her brother is innocent. Aaliyah was actually very close with her brother, and he actually moved away to Japan years back. And in my opinion, I do believe that he knows something, but I don't think that he wants anything to do with that family.
Let's talk about the statement. Let's get the details straight. Is it just me? Or did nobody catch that there was no mention of Diddy? There was no mention of Diddy. He talked about how heinous everything was. And he talked about how if all of it is true, there should be criminal charges. He talked about this and he talked about that. Of course you want there to be criminal charges so the feds can come in and cover up your crimes like they've been doing for almost 30 years. You freak! What's wrong with him? Have you been getting away with red rum for so long that you didn't think you was gonna have to pay the piper, Sean? I told you on Pierce, you
will respond. Jay-Z doesn't respond to anybody. Jay-Z doesn't respond to anybody, especially if it's not the truth. Jay-Z doesn't respond to anybody. Jay-Z doesn't, they walk off and they pretend like it doesn't even happen and the money just keeps on going. And Jay-Z doesn't respond. And Jay-Z doesn't respond. Guess what, bitch? I made you fucking move, didn't I? I made you move, ho. I made you speak.
You claimed that Christian Combs, Diddy's son, was caught with a transgender.
Transgender contacted us, gave us content, along with other various rappers.
Okay.
Yeah, you know.
I'm not co-signing this. I'm not saying it's true. I'm addressing your statement.
Yeah, that's a fact. I mean, you know, that's when the Ray J stuff was going on. You know, we've been having the content, but Ray J's been very protective of that, and we've been very protective of it. You know, my whole thing is that, you know, we're going to play games, we're going to play the games. When you come fuck with anybody I'm tied to, somebody that I got business with, that I love like a brother, then, you know, we're going to play the game, but, you know.
So what exactly happened? Because according to Ray J, Diddy's sons approached him at some party over his comments?
Yeah, I guess it had been going on. He just wasn't telling us because, you know, he kind of like watched them grow up. So I guess Ray J doing his, the news that he does, they felt like Ray J's trolling was disrespectful.
I gotta go higher. Yep. So I did. And I'm gonna keep going higher. Because after we finish with all of the pretenders and the fake black billionaires, we're going after the Lucian Grangers.
Drake has a rich baby daddy named Lucian. He's like, man, my daddy got it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, my daddy controlled the spin.
We're going after the Jimmy Iovines. We're going after the Leora Cohens.
Jay-Z or Dame Dash?
Jay-Z all day.
Who's Dame Dash? You brought him up. I don't even know him.
We have to.
Amen to that. Clive Davis.
And I financed Bad Boy Records. To see him, you know, the time that Whitney died, to so articulate why the party had to go on.
Lou Taylor. What are your thoughts on Lou Taylor?
She's a... and she should be... what she done to Britney Spears' life.
Do you believe that Britney was trying to Diddy and...
Absolutely. All of those girls. All of those...
Well, are you surprised that Diddy did not get a bail? Like, he's in jail right now as we're speaking.
I am surprised that Diddy didn't get a bail, and I think probably he was surprised that he didn't get a bail. And I think that I love how you went from Cube and then you're like, are you just sorry? Your transition game is crazy.
Oh, it's insane. I'm the best at this.
I'm surprised that Diddy didn't get a bail. But I don't think right now, based on what I know and based on what I see, I don't think, unless there's a real twist and turn to the plot, I don't think he's coming out of jail again. I don't think, I'm surprised he didn't get a bail, but once they kept him in jail, he ain't getting a bail.
Well, right, because there's witness tampering. He called one of the witnesses like 55 times in a day.
Since he's been in jail?
128 times. No, but before he went to jail... There was, because what had happened was Dawn Richard, who used to be part of Danity Kane, filed a lawsuit. Right. And in the lawsuit, she mentioned her group mate, Kalina Harper, a bunch of, 33 times. So Diddy called Kalina 128 times. And then Kalina wrote up a statement saying that I don't agree with all this stuff and I've never seen all the stuff that, Dawn mentioned. I've never seen Diddy hit Cassie, whatever. But the fact that he called that many times shows witness tampering. And, basically that's what they're saying, that he's too dangerous to let out.
He's not getting out of jail. When I spoke to my friend who understands these things way better than me from experience, and he told me, he said, he probably was told, and his lawyers probably told 50-50. When you're puffy and you come in, I got $50 million bail, and you're used to things going your way by hook or crook, they're like, all right, well, at least they're gonna give me fucking bail.
Yeah.
And then they went back to bail hearing again, and they said no, he's not getting out.
3 times.
3 times.
3 times.
Yeah,
he's gonna sit in jail. They're saying the trial is gonna be in May of 2025, but that's not gonna happen. It's gonna get pushed back. There's gonna be more charges. There's gonna be more witnesses. The civil lawsuits are wild. There's this new guy that popped up that basically said that Puffy face fucked him in the back of a Macy's. You heard this one?
I didn't hear about the face fucking.
Yes.
I didn't hear about
the face fucking lawsuit right now.
There's a
with
face
guy.
fucking lawsuit, right? So face fucking is the new baby oil.
I guess so.
Face fucking's an ill term. You just said that's
Right.
a wild term. Face fucking.
Face fucking. Yeah, this guy who worked for Echo at the time, I guess, ran into Puffy in the stockroom of a Macy's right here, right down the street, the flagship store. Puffy had 3 security guards with him, and he basically made this guy drop to his knees and give him oral sex.
Damn.
With the 3 with the 3 security guards watching.
Damn.
I'm sure they're looking at each other and go like, man, they don't pay me enough for this shit. Like,
Yeah, I'd be like,
I'm not
yo,
going to
man,
work
fuck
tomorrow.
this shit, man. There's got to be another rapper I can work for. I'll work security at Madison Square Garden. This is too much, man. At what point is it? Like, I know it's good, but this is crazy. We get the yachts and occasional, second, the second and third chick, but this is at a certain point, it's like, come on, man. I've had enough. This face fucking. You get me heating up the baby oil. This is. Come on, man. I'm just supposed to be like a security guard pushing people away, like fending off autograph seekers. This is too much.
Amazing performance.
It's been 20 years since she died in a fiery plane crash, and serious questions still linger. Was she drugged before she got on that doomed flight? What really caused this plane to nosedive back to Earth just a minute after takeoff?
So when Aaliyah passed away, I was a young teenager, and hearing about the news that morning felt kind of surreal, like such a tragic and unlikely loss of someone who was so young and in their prime and had a thriving career. I never even imagined that there could have been some type of ill intentions behind what had happened. But now, strong evidence suggests that Aaliyah's death might involve foul play, with multiple industry figures allegedly tied to it. This rabbit hole seems like it runs pretty deep. And the more you dig into the details, the less it all adds up. This isn't just some fringe conspiracy theory at this point. People in the industry have been talking about it for years. There's even footage of celebrities who knew Aaliyah hinting at something deeper, almost like they knew the truth.
I just know that was a murder. You know what I'm saying? That was a spiritual murder, whether people know it or not. Because God don't show people. You know what I'm saying? Whether people know it or not. And I could go deep, but a lot of people I would have to really bring proof. You know what I'm saying? For what I learned. And she just was cut down in the prime of her life. And it's so unfair. And it wasn't time. You know, it wasn't. I believe it wasn't her time to go because, from what I know, it ain't supposed to go down like that.
And if this is true, the implications are devastating, especially given the details that I'm about to share. You know, people have been saying for years that eventually the truth will come out. These industry stories always seem to be a little off, don't they? When the same names and patterns keep showing up over and over, you gotta wonder what's really going on behind the scenes. Because let's be real, where there's smoke, there's usually fire. And listen, man, I take every opinion with a grain of salt, but something is definitely off with the music industry. And at this point, it's something that pretty much all of us believe. When Mary J. Blige spoke out, you could tell it put her in an uncomfortable position. She hasn't even said anything since, and honestly, it's hard to blame her. It really seems like a dirty game that only a select few people really understand the inner workings of. Now, guys, take this next part with a grain of salt, because when someone makes a career out of exposing people, I tend to look at them with a little bit of skepticism, especially when it seems like they got a little bit of acting thrown in. And Jaguar Wright, to me, seems like she's putting on a bit of a show. And I heard her have a freestyle where she said she's the puppet master before. So I don't know, but for context, this clip of Jaguar Wright is pretty important. And there is some actual evidence to back some of the things she's saying here up.
Now I want you to think about 106th and Park with Mary J. Blige. Free, who is a victim of Sean Carter.
Yeah.
Mary J. Blige, who was a victim of Sean Combs, are sitting there talking about the death of Aaliyah amongst each other. Think about that. You got got a Diddy victim, you got a Jay-Z victim, and you got a superstar gone. They know what happened.
We were all led to believe that this was just some kind of freak accident. There was no possible way anyone could have known this happened. But I remember around that time, or maybe a few years later, Timbaland having this rant where he was pissed off talking about they had her on a freaking crop duster that was weighed down too much, and just the anger and passion in his voice, it just made me feel like something was wrong. But I was too young or maybe too naive to read into it a little bit more. But now we're peeling back the layers now that people are looking into it further, and we're seeing that there may have been some additional steps in place to not only get her on that plane, but to keep her from taking alternative routes because she wasn't quite comfortable with the situation. And that's what her brother's about to explain in a clip from this interview that I'm about to play right now.
The video was shot in Miami, part of it, and then it was kind of added on that she would have to go to the Bahamas to shoot some footage. She really didn't want to get, when she saw the little plane, she really wasn't too comfortable with that,
Now here's the question. How did Aaliyah go from being adamantly against getting on that small plane to ending up on that plane and almost immediately losing her life? People who claim to be in the know are unfortunately pointing their fingers at Jay-Z and Hype Williams. Like I said earlier, I gotta give y'all the disclaimer to take everything Jaguar Wright says with a grain of salt, but here we go.
Allegedly, Sean Carter is responsible for enacting Hype Williams to put Aaliyah on a faulty plane to move her out the way as punishment for rejecting him, and so he could level up Beyonce.
So people are suspicious of Jay-Z because he had some type of obsession with Aaliyah, as some people put it. And he also met Aaliyah while Aaliyah was actually with R. Kelly. And on top of that, as a lot of you know, Aaliyah actually was with Dame Dash. Was one of those guys who was courting her, but ended up losing the battle to Dame Dash.
So you and Jay was both getting at Aaliyah. Obviously,
everybody was getting at Aaliyah, bro.
Right.
She was like, she'll go to dinner with, but she wasn't going to just be smashing. So that was like the big deal, like who could get with Aaliyah.
The true reason of Rockefeller's breakup.
But everybody knows that. Like we were both.
I heard it, but I didn't.
Yeah, but they be trying to act like he was like really whatnot. He was sending flowers and doing all this shit that he was courting her. So we were both going hard.
Jay-Z really did not like Aaliyah, and it was well known within his inner circle that he did not mess with Aaliyah, but she was around a lot because she was with R. Kelly, who was collaborating a lot with Jay-Z, and this is a whole another set of problems that we don't have the time to go into within the scope of this video. Jay-Z developed such a disdain for Aaliyah, and it was so well known that when Hype Williams, who at the time was his right-hand man, was the sole reason why Aaliyah died on that plane, that's when people's eyebrows started to raise and they started looking at him and being suspicious about whether or not he may or may not have something to do with that going down. And the wild part is there wasn't even any extra people that got on the large plane with him. It was only Hype Williams. It's looking like dude knew what was up. Like, I'm not getting on that little plane with y'all. I'm about to get on this luxury plane and y'all stay together. Y'all, you've been together the whole time that y'all were shooting this video. So I want y'all to have this camaraderie and go ahead and fly together. I mean, damn, maybe whoever was behind this wanted to just take all of them out for some reason. Maybe they was on her side in the whole beef. I don't know. This is just conjecture and speculation just for extra added entertainment value. But my mind's just racing all over the place trying to figure this whole thing out. But check this out. In addition to everything else, the pilot that they hired was not given an opportunity by any other private jet airlines. He faked his pilot license. He had no credentials to even be flying that jet. Now get this. On top of everything else, not only did the pilot not have any experience, this was his very first gig, by the way, this guy showed up with coke in his system, what they found out later on after the crash, and dude was also drunk. So the dude was inexperienced, drunk, rejected from all these pilot hiring programs, and the dude was under the influence. What's the chances of all that lining up? One superstar to fly from Miami to the Bahamas. So let me break this whole thing down again. She was adamant about not getting on the plane. It was a real weird last minute flight that everyone was apprehensive about. She had another flight arranged that was basically taken from her. She had a cocaine cowboy pilot who didn't have proper credentials, who had just had a felony drug charge, and she had to be sedated to get on the plane. This is a wild situation. And as far as the accusations of Jay-Z and Hype Williams, I don't know, you don't know, we don't know. But that's the narrative that's out there right now, and I'm just reporting the news. So y'all let me know what y'all think. If y'all got any other things that I missed that I didn't know about or didn't find out and discover in my research, you let me know. But until next time, I'm Sonny Bravo, Action Over Talk. I'm going to holler at y'all next time.
Rihanna was trafficked to Def Jam. 14 going on 15 years old. Flown over without parental supervision in a private plane by a man who was supposed to be a producer who auditioned her at 3 a.m. in the fucking morning in a hotel room, auditioning at 3 a.m. in the morning, a 14-year-old girl. She was flown to another country. She was taken to Def Jam headquarters. She was left in a conference room alone with Sean Carter for nearly 6 hours alone with no parental supervision. Her father collected a $500,000 check. She has the fastest deal in Def Jam history.
The PSA on Curtis about him and Soulja Boy on the cover, kind of poking the bear there.
I'm not poking a bear. I'm saying that he's a stone. And I've spoken to 2 men he's lived in sales with, who you had with. Curtis, no, I'm not saying allegedly. You're and you know it. I'm over Curtis. I'm over Curtis. I'll tell you one thing, Curtis Jackson, you are a setup king. And I promise you this, any little nigga that you're enlisting to go down to New Orleans and start trouble during the Super Bowl, that will stop.
Was this Mafia-thon, was it next to the place that Diddy had?
I found out I was Diddy's neighbor on the 3rd day. I swear to you, I didn't even know Diddy was right there. I literally, my barber came in, he's like, you know you right next to Diddy, right? Or like it had somebody dropped it in my Reddit of the view of the helicopter, and then right over it, it was Diddy's house. Like he got a slide in the backyard and all types of shit. Wow. It was crazy, yeah. It was just the most random.
So it might have been some parties at your house.
Oh my God. You ever was at a Diddy party?
No,
Never?
I ain't never been invited. I ain't that big. To I mean, maybe if I was in the position that I'm in now, but back then, no. I don't get invited to no parties, bro. Plus, I'm a homebody.
Do you like partying or no? Nah, yeah. I
just like to be to myself, man.
I feel that. You know. I feel that.
They see me, I'm in the airport, or I'm going point A to point. Normally, mainly when people see me, I'm in the airport, I'm at the gym.
Yeah.
That's the extent.
Or you getting freaky.
Huh? There you go. Hey, Kai,
give me some more.
It's too soon, Kai. Kai, I need a year. September 11, 2025.
Hey, you a freak ass. Hey, this nigga a freak. Hey, Santa, no, I'm on you now, bro. Damn, you was going crazy, bro.
Come on.
No, bro, I ain't gonna lie. You know how scary that is? On the live? You know, because of you, I always check to see if my phone is on. Like, I make sure it's locked. Like, bro, like, damn, Shannon. Wow.
I'm afraid now.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was bad, man.
Miss Beyonce Giselle Knowles Carter just donated $100,000 to the Buzzfeed alma mater. It's just listed in Forbes, and now she's donating to her husband's arch enemy's alma mater in Houston, Texas, where all of those families consort and know each other and country club together and go to Joel Osteen's services from time to time. Yeah. Matthew Knowles has been auspiciously quiet. Wonder why? If anything goes down with the Carters, it goes down for the Knowles because they live off of what's generated from that marriage. Or maybe Tony Busby's just doing all the speaking for them to make sure that their daughter can break away, maintain some symbol of, oh my God, I didn't know he was a monster. I Will Survive, books, tours, terrible remixes, new footwear lines, and all of this. And
the same thing that saved your life is going to you. Don't put it down.
And I saw that I walked in on.
Who'd you walk in on?
Him and Dwayne Martin.
Okay.
Hollywood is the hurry up and wait game.
I was sickened. I was sickened by the standing ovation. I felt like Hollywood is just spineless, en masse.
What happens when two of Hollywood's biggest icons are at odds, and one decides to get the FBI involved? Jim Carrey has never held back about Hollywood's dark side, but now he's putting Will Smith in the spotlight.
So I opened the door to Dwayne's dressing room, and that's when I see Dwayne having with Will. Will was bent over on the couch, and Dwayne was standing up.
Why did Jim call out Will? And what does it mean when a long brewing tension reaches this level?
I was sickened. I was sickened by the standing ovation. I felt like Hollywood is just spineless, en masse.
In a Hollywood feud unlike any other, Jim Carrey, the man who's made a career of exposing the industry's secrets, is taking aim at Will Smith. And the tension between them? Let's just say it's been simmering for years. So, what exactly is going on? In a bizarre twist, Jim Carrey, a man known for his dark take on Hollywood secrets, has stepped in to warn none other than Will Smith, a hip-hop icon who's been blowing the whistle on Hollywood's darkest side. Sources in Hollywood say that the tension between Will Smith and Jim Carrey has been building up for years. It's not just a matter of two big personalities clashing. This rift cuts deeper. Apparently, Will has a tough time dealing with how unpredictable Jim can be. Unlike most stars who stick to Hollywood's unspoken rules, Jim Carrey isn't afraid to speak his mind, even if it means calling out the industry's hypocrisy or throwing shade at big award shows. His outspokenness keeps everyone guessing, and Will, who's known for a more polished image, reportedly finds it unsettling.
There's a lot of people that are in hot water right now because of tapes that have come out that are being reviewed, and I think 2025.
Jay-Z, what do you think?
Huh? Jay-Z?
Yeah, Jay-Z, what do you think?
Oh, boy. This is what you set me up. I think it's just, quite ridiculous because, Scar just came out, and it's his blues time. So, for you to try to pull up, something so dirty, I just feel like you're deplorable as a human being. And no, I'm not going to pay you, even though I have the money. But I'm not going to do it because I don't smash 13-year-olds in this country. I don't do that. What you have to do is, there's certain parameters of the law, and you learn about the law in certain places. You can get away with certain things.
Certain places.
Yeah. The charges that are coming out against me are totally egregious. And
But you know what? I actually agree that they are.
Yeah, they are. Thank you, Dr. Drew.
Adam
didn't say shit.
No, I like the way. Look, I like the way he handled it because he went on the offense. And
it does seem like bullshit, though.
Yeah, but he had it so quick. He had it ready so quick. Like he did.
Does that make you suspicious?
I don't know if it makes me suspicious.
You know what it made me think? It made me think this isn't the only time this has happened.